Making claims about one character, saying that one character can beat another character is one thing, but actually making claims about another character beating one character without not knowing anything about the opposite character that you're putting him up against really doesn't make sense, and it's just pointless altogether. When you make a claim against a character, you actually use what credible source you actually use the credible source of that character, okay, and why he will beat that character. And you can't just only use a credible source about that specific character. You use the credible source of the other character you're putting that character up against. It's pretty obvious when you actually make a claim that this character beats that character, but you don't have any credible source about the character you're actually putting him up against. Like, if you're going to say that Kingpin beats the Green Gobbler, but you don't know anything credible about the Green Gobbler that will possibly give him an advantage over Kingpin, but because he's just the Green Gobbler and he uses technology and he doesn't have superhuman strength, Kingpin has superhuman strength, he beats Green Gobbler. That's absurd. Like, literally, that's absurd. That's noob talk. That doesn't make any sense, period. Okay, so, it's just pointless. So we're going to get to the bottom line in this. I'm just going to slender out Kingpin versus Monoma, the guy from Class 1B. His quirk ability is the copy quirk. If he touches you, he can copy all of your abilities. In fact, he can hold, from what I watched in the show, he can uphold to at least 2 characters' quirk at one time and utilize both of them. And it's pretty crazy, by the way. If he touches you, he can copy all your quirks and your abilities. So in this battle, there was a statement that was made by some, I guess, YouTubers that thought they have infinite knowledge, that know everything about My Hero Academia, pretty much overhyping Kingpin. They think that Kingpin could solo anybody in Class 1A, and I'm not going to use people from Class 1A. I'm going to use the people from Class 1B instead. Monoma has the ability to copy people's powers and their abilities. All he has to do is touch you, and he has all your powers and your abilities, okay? Right alongside with other people with the second person's power and their abilities as well. And pretty much like in this GIF I'm going to show you, that's right here, Kirishima has the ability from Class 1A to harden his body. In fact, he can harden his body so hard enough, it will be literally impossible to even penetrate his skin. This is how powerful he can actually make himself be, okay? And this is pretty much OP. And theoretically, pretty much like Kachan, he has the ability to shoot explosion range from his hands. And basically, explosion from his hands, and he can control the range of the explosion. Monoma was simply able to copy Kachan's power and shoot that blast back into his face. In fact, when he even fought Kirishima, he pretty much copied Kirishima's abilities and just even tied with him in battle. So it doesn't matter how hardened Kirishima made his body, because Monoma was copying his abilities and had his powers, he hardened his body as well. So theoretically, Monoma is more of a copy character, a mirror match individual. If he touches you, he takes all your powers. He copies all of your powers and your abilities. So in this case, if he got in contact with Kingpin, he could touch Kingpin and have all of his powers. Have all his powers and his abilities. Kingpin was noticed from fighting Captain America and freaking Spider-Man and picking up a 1400 barbell and tossing it to Spider-Man like it was nothing. Once again, Monoma can just copy that from Kingpin on top of, somebody else's abilities that he's copied, and he just pretty much would take Kingpin out. Kingpin doesn't stand a chance against Monoma, and in fact, I don't think he stands a chance against probably not even the closest, strongest fighters, or not so strong fighters inside the My Hero Academia and, well, throughout their whole universe. He might stand a chance against the Invisible Girl because, well, she's invisible and she can only create a light. But as far as a power hitter, like characters that can, the heavy hitters, no, Kingpin does not stand a chance. So, once again, freaking Monoma solos Kingpin by himself, and he just takes him out from there, and that's just the end of story. So if you like what you heard, please leave a comment below. This is for all you new subscribers. You always stick with the capabilities of the characters. Do not make claims about another character beating another character if you don't know anything about the character you're putting him up against. Okay, because I mean it's just nonsensical. I mean it's just pointless. It's just out of the question. So once again, this is your guy, Mr. Evaluator, out.